It's Jeannie at Richland Sewing Center on Monday, and I'm in here sewing up a storm, but I'm going to show you several things we have that are new. First, I'm going to show you my quilt that I just got totally finished. This is the one I was piecing a while ago, and then I voted. I have we'll move in just a second. I had everybody vote on the border, and I'm so happy with it. So I just finished the binding this morning, so I'm going to turn this around, and I just love it. Isn't this cute? And that kind of candy cane looking border is what I had people voting on. And this one turned out to be the easiest one to do. So it's all quilted and bound. And the fabrics for this are batik. And they should be coming in soon. So if any of you are interested in doing this or using those fabrics for something else, we will have those in stock. So thank you, Erin. We have some people blocked in here because I have the quilt all over the floor. So what I'm working on right now, tomorrow I have a class on the Avenir and the Luminaire. And my favorite thing on the Avenir is something called picture play. And I've just gone crazy doing it. So I'm going to move around here. I have my Luminaire back here, and the Avenir I have back here actually belongs on the floor. But this is the tiger that I just did, and of course that's my horse Blondie, and this is, Apache didn't turn out too well. I got to do another one with him, but I love how these two turned out. This one was a quick stitch of Blondie, and not quite so pretty, but I'm still happy with it, and that, I think you remember, that's my daughter's dog. And so I'm going to come back around here, and right now I'm doing a puppy. And let me touch this button real quick. That is the picture of the puppy sideways. And it's not done yet. It's got about 10 more minutes to stitch. But you might be able to kind of see how it's starting. That it's sideways. So I'm trying a different color. This came from a photograph. It's not my puppy, but I like it really well. And I can't make myself quit doing this because it is so much fun. So I'm going to come over here and show you a couple things. One new technique that we learned at the convention I went to on Design Center was making chenille in Design Center. Chenille is when you put several layers of fabric down and then cut it, and it just makes it fuzzy. Now, it needs a special brush to do that. I used a toothbrush on this because I couldn't find my special brush. Don't anybody laugh. But what I did was I put a flower shape, and then I appliqued a shape down with a satin stitch around it. And then I programmed the chenille stitch, which is just a lot of parallel stitches, and you do them on the bias when you do that. In order to do chenille, the stitches have to be on the bias. So all these stitches are spaced evenly apart. That was done in Design Center. And then I have this fancy dancy chenille cutter, and I'm going to try, I don't know if I can do this because I can't hold it. Let me see if I lean against it. I'm going to put that tooth in there, and I don't think I can do it because I can't. Oh, maybe I can. Here we go. Wait a minute. I'm actually leaning on the edge of this. So see, I've got that tooth in there, and then when I slide along, it just cuts right up through the middle. So now I have cut through 4 layers of fabric, and there's one on the bottom that I did not cut through. And then after you do that, and by the way, this is a brand new chenille cutter that we just got. It is from Hope Yoder, which is R&K Embellishment. And so this came from that. So I opened this package today, and it's really, really nice. So after you get all those cut, and I kind of left those uncut so you could see it, then you squirt it with water. And of course, I'm not going to do it now because I only have one cut. And then you take a chenille brush that looks like this, or a toothbrush, which is what I lay my hands on, and kind of brush it and kind of do in a circle, and it makes it all fuzzy. If you've ever done some Kimberbell projects, some of the Kimberbell embroidery projects work like that, and they do that in the embroidery hoop. So I did it in embroidery, only in Design Center, and I think it's going to be really fun. I just did this to kind of demonstrate it and show it and practice it because I hadn't done it before, and it's really fun. So we have the chenille brushes. It's called a fray brush. This is distributed by Dime, Designs and Machine Embroidery. And then the other chenille, which some of you may have seen, this is called Chenille It. We have been selling this for many, many years, and we had an Easter Bunny project that had the chenille it on the ears and the whiskers, and I can't find it. And I've said that twice today, huh? I can't find it. But this is chenille it. This is fabric that's actually, it's like a linen weave. It's like a cotton, but it's a loose weave like linen. And it's cut on the bias, and there's a whole bunch of it on here. We have it in 2 sizes. because what you do is take this and lay it down on your project wherever you want there to be kind of a fuzzy row. And then I like it when you put one of the narrower ones the same color, or you could use a different color, stack that on top of it, and then you just do a straight stitch on your sewing machine right down the middle. And then you go back to the spray it with water and brush it, and it makes it all fuzzy and fluffy. This is cut on the bias, and that's why this does that too. If you cut it on the straight grain, which would be like right across the edge of the fabric, all those straight threads would just fall off and make a mess. So this is one way to get that look really easily. And then some other new things that came in from the companies. This is also from Hope Yoder. It's a vinyl weeding tool with its own case. And for those of you who use the Scan and Cut or another digital cutter, particularly when you're cutting vinyl, you have to take away the parts that you don't want. So this is a tool that makes that really easy. So this one just came in. It's brand new. And then we also have a pin cushion from Quilters Select, which is R&K. And I think it's called Semi-Precious Stone. It straps to your wrist. So when you jab your wrist, make sure you hit the pin cushion, but it's really a nice size. So I think that would work really well. These are some new thread collections that came in. This is Floriani thread called Winter Tidings. So this is 10 cones of thread, and it is, I'm not sure how expensive. Oh, $42.99. So a little over $4 a cone. And the price of some of the threads is going up. I know you're used to hearing that from a lot of different places right now. And that's happened here too, which we're not happy about. This is another one called Tapestry of Curiosity. Another 10 colors, beautiful collections. And then these we have a special price on. We have 8 colors. They're all shades of the same color. And so we have 8 different ones. These are $17.97 for the 3, but these are 25% off. Now we only have, I think, one of each one. So if any of you happen to want a color, I'm going to kind of pan over these so you can see what the colors are. This is actually 3 totally different colors because it's white and gold, and I think that's probably black. And then the others are shades of colors, which I think are really pretty. Then the other thing we're going to work on in the classes that I'm doing tomorrow are quilting designs, because the machines do a wonderful selection of quilting designs. I'm going to turn this on just so you can see it. This is one of the quilting designs that's built in, and I have a secret technique that I will allow you to change the size. So I can make this bigger or smaller, whatever I want. And then because I've got a start point and a stop point, I can make a whole row of those designs on a quilt. And sometimes I can actually reverse them and turn the next one upside down so it doesn't look exactly the same. And it's called edge to edge when you want to do those quilting designs all the way across your fabric. So if any of you are not signed up for the class, we have an edge to edge class on the schedule that uses the Amelie Scott designs. And it is, I think it's in June. And of course, I don't have June. I have April and May here. Why does that always happen? But I think it's in June. Just check the schedule. And that's really fun. But we'll go over some of the techniques for doing this in the classes that are tomorrow on the Avenir or the Luminaire. And those are in 2 different sizes. If you looked on Facebook or you got your Constant Contact email this morning, that information is in there. Okay? So I could sit and play with both of these machines. You'll notice I have them here back to back. This is the one I keep back here in my corner. It is officially my corner because it says Jeannie's Corner. And then this one over here, which is now the top of the line in the Brother line of machines, is the one that goes on the floor. But I came in here yesterday and swiped it. So I'm working on this one down here too. I've got to show you this one line of fabric that came in. This is a new line of Christmas fabric. Erin, how do you pronounce the name? Did you hear that? Bon Natal, which she looked up and said that means Merry Christmas in French, right? So we have found a pattern. This is by Fig Tree Quilts, which is Moda. And I'm so excited because she's making a 60-degree runner out of it, but you put some piecing of these stars that look like that in the middle, which I think will be really, really cute. So I'm hoping we'll get that pattern in soon and do that, because even Erin came up to me when she unwrapped this and said, this is going to be a great 60-degree runner. And I said, you got it. That's all my thing. Y'all know how much I like the 60-degree runner. So our fabric department is looking amazing. If you haven't seen our lights, I don't know if I can tip this up to do that, but can you kind of see them? But it's very bright and light in here, so it's been really fun. So I didn't get to ride my horse yesterday because it rained. Right when I got to the barn, it started raining and lightning and thundering, which wasn't very good. And those of you who know Jane, which I know a lot of you know Jane, who has worked here for many, many years, and she still works once in a while here. Her granddaughter got married Saturday evening, so Doug and I went to the wedding, and it was just lovely, and Jane looked absolutely beautiful. So congratulations to that family on that. So take a look at everything. We'd love to have you come see us, okay? So I will see you here at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you write down if you want some of those threads. And Eileen, I've got yours. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.